Today is not just a regular Tuesday. It's a Hot Tuesday here. And in our studios right now, the viral sensation. She actually has a real name, believe it or not. Haliey Welch is with us right now, also known as Hot Tuah Girl. And she's got her best friend also starring in the video. In some ways, Chelsea, I think you're maybe responsible because you passed the mic over to your friend here. Thank you both for being on KROQ.
She is responsible.
Yeah, it's wild.
I delivered greatness to the world, though.
You did give the world greatness. And I think the world could use you now more than ever. And I know it seems silly that a little video has now blown up into this massive thing where you are truly internationally known. And, I mean, we were listening today. I don't even know. We went through probably 5,000 songs that you've inspired now. I don't even know how many of these you've heard.
I probably haven't heard but like half of them.
It would take all day, every day just to listen to, like... People know you love country, so there's like a lot of country versions of it. Then there's the James Brown version. Allie, I think we agree this is our favorite, right?
Spin all over that thing.
Yes.
Till you feel better. Spin all over that thing.
I mean, at this point, you could help organize a whole Hot Tuah album and release it and probably make a good amount of money on that.
Yeah, honestly, I could organize it. I've seen so many. My favorite one, have you heard it by Plies?
Oh yeah, we got it here. Hold on. Honestly, I'll tell you, we have actual bands in here that have been performing music for 40 years. They don't have as many songs as you have.
We had to buy more storage space.
Yeah, just to accommodate all the Hot Tuah songs that have come through.
There's so many.
Let's get into. We got a lot to get to, and people on the phone already. I mean, there's already people that want to. August, go ahead. You're on with Hot Tuah Girl. We did say that people could say hi to you. There's a lot of people that want advice. We'll get to that coming up a little bit later. But August, go ahead. What can we do for you?
I was just curious if Haliey wanted to get married.
Okay.
Do I want to get married?
That didn't take long.
Do you want to marry August?
How old are you, August?
I'm 35.
35? What color's your hair and your eyes?
Brown hair, green eyes.
Green eyes.
Great phone plan, too. It's a great quality phone line. You know, the thing about this is I would imagine now you're at a place in your life where you went from pretty much obscurity, right? You had your own group of friends.
Oh, yes.
And now you got random people that are saying they want to marry you. Is this happening like 24 hours a day, all day since this kind of video took off?
So I actually had a guy last week at one of my appearances propose to me with a ring pop.
Did you accept?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you got to, especially if it's ring pop. You know?
It's hard to turn down if it's a ring pop.
But, I mean, this also has got to be a little bit overwhelming in terms of, like, you weren't even on social media. People couldn't even find you, and now you're quickly approaching the 2 million mark on followers. And do you feel now that you're, like, so enmeshed with social media that, like, it's a little too much too soon? Or are you just loving it?
It's definitely rushed because I wasn't expecting it to blow up like that.
Yeah.
But I'm almost at 2 million, so...
Yeah, I think tonight in L.A., somewhere, top secret location, there's going to be a 2 million celebration party to celebrate how quickly the world has embraced you. And, you know, listen, we are a divided country right now for so many reasons. And it's hard for anyone to agree on anything. Universally, every single person just loved, like...
You've united America.
You've united America. You've done something that no one can figure out how to do. And I don't even know if, when you guys were out that night, so take me into that night right now. Whose idea is it to go out? Chelsea, is your idea? Which one? Because usually there's one friend's like, I don't know if I feel like going out. So you say to her, let's go out, let's hit the bars tonight.
Well, we actually were going to the CMA Fest. And we were going to see Megan Maroney and Bailey Zimmerman. And she loves him, so I had to have her tag along.
So, and you don't need any convincing to go out that night. You say, great, I'll join you.
Oh, yeah. It's not hard to convince me to go hardly anyway.
Right. So the two of you are out, and everyone these days is throwing cameras in your face, going, hey, I got a question, da-da-da. And they go to you, Chelsea, and they say, what's your tip to drive a guy wild? And you say, hold on. I know who can answer this question better than me.
And she did.
And she
sure did.
And she crushed it. And now the world is Hot Tuah crazy.
Have you talked to the guys that made that video since all this happened?
They've tried to reach out to us, but we won't text them back.
So, yeah, I heard you had to lawyer up, right? Because all of a sudden you realize the world went nuts. You start seeing your video everywhere. First, a couple of people are like, hey, is this you? And you're like, yeah. And then it got to the point where you're a little embarrassed because you're like, oh, man, now my grandma's going to see this, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you decide you lawyered up, right? Quickly.
Sure did.
And within like moments, you now own the whole Hawk Tuah franchise, right?
yeah.
Anyone wants to use it, even every time we say it, Allie, I think she can sue us.
Yeah, I
how it
think she's
works.
making money every time we
Every
say
time
it.
we say it, she gets another $20.
But you're also involved in some of the merch sales too, right? Because people were doing that. They were making their own and not telling you, but now people are working with you.
So the only guy that I ever gave permission to do it, he's in my hometown. I love him to death. He's good as gold. He's helped me out a whole lot, and I've helped him out a whole lot. But that's the only person I really gave like an okay to do it.
And you had a job working at a factory, and what was the moment you quit the job? Did you explain why you were quitting, or did they know about any of this stuff?
Every single one of them in there seen it by this point. They're like, "Oh, when you quitting?" And I was like, I don't plan on it, but I really didn't even plan to quit. Like the day I quit, I had no intention of doing it, but I was like, well, I might as well. I'm fixing to start traveling a whole lot, and it's a factory. You got points and stuff like that you can use when you're calling out. I was running out of points.
Oh, really? So
yeah, that ain't gonna work.
every time you needed an excuse to leave your job, because it was not like your minimum wage job. You were at a spring factory,
Yes.
making springs that go in mattresses and stuff.
Mattresses, I'm sure. Vending machines. Harley Davidson bought from us, like for motorcycles.
And now look at you. I mean, it's kind of wild to think, and I think that's why the world has embraced you so much, because you weren't looking for this. You didn't go out. You weren't one of these annoying people that are all over L.A. that's trying to be TikTok famous, Instagram famous. You were just living your life, and now the world's like, yep, Hawk Tuah girl, she's the next thing.
Wrong place at the wrong time. And here I am.
And here you are. Well, you gave advice. It's part of the reason you went. So you gave one bit of advice, one sentence of advice. And I don't want to misquote you, but the advice was something along the lines of, Hawk Tuah got to spit on that thing, right?
Yep.
That's the quote. Now I feel like you are qualified to give advice on anything. And we have a lot of listeners that want your advice on a variety of topics, job stuff, relationship stuff. Are you feeling like you have another potential Hawk Tuah spit on that thing in you? Do you
Possibly.
think okay, 800-520-1067. You call now. You need advice on anything. You get to talk to Klein Alley. More importantly, Haliey Welch is here, Hawk Tuah girl. Her friend Chelsea from the video is here as well. And we will answer your questions and get some advice with the actual Hawk Tuah girl next on this Hawk Tuah's Day. KROQ. It's officially Hawk Tuah's Day here. In our studio right now, the star, the viral sensation, Haliey Welch is here. On the Instagram at @Hey_Welch. Her friend Chelsea's here as well. They are in the video that by now you've seen remixes of. I mean, Allie, I didn't even give them the metal versions of these songs, but some of these are just aggressive.
Call me Haliey, shy and quiet at first. But once you get to know her, she's got that thirst.
I mean, these are all songs. Are you aware of these? That one you never heard before.
The amount of hours that people have spent making this music is
I mean,
insane.
you've inspired. Let's be honest. You've inspired a nation. It's
Yeah.
not easy to do.
I need to find a good one to make it a ringtone or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
listen.
sure the challenge will be accepted by many people.
Here's Omar. Hold on. You put in a this is Rammstein version. I mean, this is another. Listen to this.
So you've had a lot of firsts since all this happened, right? You went on your first plane ride. It was your first time in New York recently. This is your first time in LA.
It is.
And I'm always curious as to what somebody thinks of LA before visiting it. Like, what did you think it was going to be like here?
Kind of like how you see it in movies.
So just like a lot of smoothies and hot people?
Oh, yeah.
And looking at us, does that ring true for you?
When you sit in this room, you go, yeah.
You, yeah.
Yeah. Allie's wearing the same thing she wore yesterday. I just want to point that out.
That is true.
All right, let's say hi. There's a lot of people on the phone that want advice, and you gave advice one time and it went viral, so I can imagine you're full of good advice. Kayvon, you're on with Hawk Tuah girl for advice. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Doing great. What's your question?
Haliey, I want to know what's the girl version of Hawk Tuah? What, you told us how to please a guy. What's the opposite version?
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
an interesting question.
How
What
to
would
please a woman.
Right. What would be the male equivalent of a Hawk Tuah spit on that thing? Now, I should know that, but I unfortunately got nothing.
It's really easy to please a woman. All you got to do is just be a decent man.
But is there
We're not
something-
hard to please.
Is there something easier than that, though? That sounds difficult.
That's not hard.
You could go with my advice as a lesbian and just say, go away.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
what Allie
there you
does.
Go away.
That's been working for
That
Allie
would be
very
my
well.
advice on how to please a woman.
Let's
great
say hi.
advice.
Go ahead, you're on. This is Maylene.
Melanie?
Great. Let's go with that. You're on KROQ. What
Why
advice?
did you think it was
Maylene.
Didn't think it. Knew I was wrong, but I
Okay.
decided I'd go for it. Yes, go ahead. Any advice you need from Tuah girl? She's in our studios right now.
Yeah, I wanted to know, Haley, if you think I should break up with my boyfriend of almost 8 years because the relationship is not moving forward. Like, he's not moving it along.
Are you still happy with him?
Yeah, on our good days, we're really happy, but I'm not happy with where the relationship is, and it isn't progressing.
Maybe talk to him about it first and see what he thinks, and then make your decision.
Okay, if you were going to decide, what would you do?
I'd talk to him and see how he felt, and if he felt the same way, then I'm going to split.
You're out. You're out. Are you
Now, if he thinks y'all can save it and fix it and make it better, then do that.
you're both very single right now? Both of you?
Very, yes.
Very.
Both of you single. And not looking to be locked down because you want to ride this wave, right? Or if you
yeah.
find a decent guy, you're ready to settle down.
We're hanging out like a hare and a biscuit.
Well,
But you say that all the time. Allie and I use that expression
if
daily.
I had a nickel.
Oh, man.
But dating has got to be a bit of a challenge now.
In our generation, it's terrible.
In your generation, but also because of what you're known for. I mean, isn't that going to be kind of awkward?
It is a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean, like if you get to that base and
Well-
you're like, I know what you're thinking.
Well, here's the thing. You're a big fan of country music. You go to see your favorite country artist, and there's a song where you're like, they're going to play their hit, right? They got to play the hit. You would imagine that's what a
That's what
guy
people will
would think.
expect.
All right, she's going to do the hit, and maybe that night you don't want to do the hit. You know?
I didn't think about that. Okay, now I'm just going to quit talking to men in
Yeah.
general.
Think about that in the 8-second video.
Yeah, we
that
need-
would be an expectation.
We need a follow-up line that's like, sometimes I have a headache on my thing, or something like
Oh,
that.
no, my stomach hurts. I can't tonight.
Right. Oh, boy, I know that one. All right, let's say hi to Jeremy. This is very exciting. Tuah girl's in L.A. for the first time. People are calling with all sorts of questions. They want advice, and she's good at giving it. What's up?
Yeah, my friend Dane is about to have a baby, and I was just wondering if she thinks his Tuah days are over.
Oh, my goodness. What a complicated question.
Yeah, and I can answer that, yes. But go ahead. He's about to have a baby, so now he's going to go from just being regular husband to dad. Do you think he still has Tuah days in his future, or no?
I think you will.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's got to
anniversaries.
step it up.
Yeah.
He's got to help out the mom a whole lot.
Yeah, leap years or something. But it'll be a while. I mean, I would imagine. Let's say hi to Ken. Go ahead. That's a lot of. Why is it all the guys want to say hi to Haley? What do you
Wow,
think?
what a shock.
It's a real shocker here.
And all the women want actual relationship advice.
Yeah, that's interesting, Allie. I think we've learned something. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I'm not actually calling to get advice, but I was calling to give some advice to Haley.
Oh,
which would be, Haley, I know this is probably all like a kind of a mind brain fog for you with all this stuff going on, but cash in as much as you can, but you need to get back home with your grandma.
I agree completely. I'll be there with her soon. Don't you worry.
Your grandma supposedly has the world's best deep fried pork chops.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know that in L.A., I don't even think I could find a deep fried pork chop.
Really?
Good luck finding it. Now, Irwan has a kale salad that they say tastes similar, but I don't think you'll even find that. It doesn't exist. I'd love to go
I
figure
would
out.
love for you girls to go to Erewhon.
Oh,
because
man.
that is the epitome of like the biggest stereotype in LA. You can spend, I think, $9.99 on asparagus water there.
Y'all really don't have fried pork chops here?
I don't think. Good luck finding it.
Have you ever had a fried pork chop?
No.
What?
No.
One of my ideas for you is that you could open a restaurant here called Haley's Barbecue, and it would be all barbecue and like good Southern recipes that we could try here in LA, and you could put those deep fried pork chops on there.
They probably think I'd spin on it, though.
Yeah, that'd be your thing.
That's interesting.
People,
I like that
people
more,
want that
honestly.
every time.
A restaurant,
Tip
yeah.
extra for that.
That's much better than my idea, which is she starts a music festival with all these songs written about her called Lala Tuah. And just all the bands that have recorded songs about her perform on the same stage
I
at
don't
the
think
same
we could
time.
fit all the names on a poster.
We couldn't possibly do that. Well, listen, I know you're very busy. You're in town for only a limited amount of time. You got to get back to Grandma.
And you had ramen for the first time last night.
I did.
So
It
many
was
more
very
firsts.
good.
Yeah, and
It was very
in and
good.
out. I mean, I was going to tell you because a lot of people also are just texting what you have to do while you're here. You're only in LA for a limited time, so how can we give her the best LA experience? They say send her over to Pink's for the ham dogger,
Oh, yeah.
the half hot
Get
dog,
in there.
half hamburger.
Yep, that's right. You got to see a show. You got to see a music show while you're here.
And James, we'll give you the final question because we're very busy, and we're not busy. Actually, I take that back. She's
We
very
don't really
busy.
have plans.
We have nothing. We're going to be here tomorrow, but she's got to move on. Go ahead, James.
Yes.
Does Haley and Chelsea want to record a new Hawk 2 country song?
Have you guys thought about doing
Yeah, put
music?
me and Chelsea in the studio. We got you.
You would do that? You guys would do music together?
We would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny.
All right.
Might have to get some singing lessons.
You
but-
guys have already been in the studio, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to throw her in it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, if you're not already following along, I don't know anyone who's not already, but hey_Welch. We'll link all the stuff on our socials at Klein Alley Show. Thanks for stopping by. This was your first stop in L.A. Outside the ramen, so we will remember that. But we were second stop in L.A., so we'll take that as a compliment. Thank you for that.
Thank you
And
for
just a
having
lot
me.
of people saying, go to the Dodgers game, hit up King Taco. Guys, you got to take her out, give her a proper LA. Send her with Postmaster Johnny. That guy's never been on a plane before either. I mean, there's so many things you guys could do while you're here. But we have to go, unfortunately, and I wish I could take the rest of these calls because there's some damn good ones. Someone said the Hawk Tuah move is an overrated move.
Really?
Someone said as a recipient of it, it's overrated. I disagree. Very underrated.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Allie, poor Allie's missing out on that. Missing
Never
out on
done
that
it,
thing.
never received it.
Haley,
of course.
thank you for stopping by. Chelsea, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
making all of our
You guys are
lives a lot
welcome
more fun.
anytime.
You come back again sometime, and we'll all head to Air One after here and watch your head explode. All right, that'll be after this. Quick break, more show next.